All right, guys, I am Tom Downey. Time now for some live Q&A here on the Cowboys Report. You guys know the drill by now. Use hashtag Cowboys. That's how we get your questions on the show. Makes it a lot easier for producer Alicia to find them. So use hashtag Cowboys. We'll get some up here for the last couple 15-ish minutes of this show. Some super chats, though, we got to get to here from Stelios Cowboys. He says he thinks Dak gets signed after the Miami game. How's that for a guess? I will allow it. Zeke should get 25 touches for 118 yards. Is that possible? Well, it's about 4 3/4 math. Someone check that math out for me in terms of yards per carry. So it's definitely doable. Here's my goal, though. I don't want Zeke to get 25 touches. I want Zeke to have 17 because the game's over in the fourth quarter and they don't need him. That's going to be my goal every single week. But against a good Redskins defense that isn't as good because they don't have Jonathan Allen, I do think it's possible this week. All right, Damon Hogan says, what's up with Gregory? I don't know. Nobody knows. No one knows anything about Randy Gregory. I know you guys keep asking, and I get it. I don't blame you. I would love to know as well. But I don't know what is going on with Randy Gregory. I think at some point he'll come back and reply for reinstatement. I don't know if that's tomorrow, next month, 2 months, a year. I just don't know. All right, Skate Park. Will Jourdan Lewis see more snaps this week? First off, free Jourdan. Give me that hashtag in the comment section. Here's the thing, though. I kind of think you're going to see less reps for Jourdan Lewis this week. It is, for him at least, because he is still stuck behind Anthony Brown. It is very much a matchup situation. So the Redskins are going to use Adrian Peterson. That is not a pass-catching back. Now, when Chris Thompson comes in, I wouldn't mind using him as Jourdan Lewis as a stopper against him. But the Redskins do not run 4 receiver sets. They are going to run plenty of 2 tight end sets, plenty of 11 personnel. Therefore, not going to get Jourdan Lewis a ton of snaps, I don't think. Plus, I think you'll see more Byron Jones. All right, country music and the Dallas Cowboys 21_4. If Tavon's not healthy, trade him for a 3rd or 4th round pick. Well, yeah, I would do that in a heartbeat, but also which team is going to trade a 3rd or 4th round pick for an injured Tavon Austin? That's not how NFL teams operate. And then beyond that, has Tavon Austin's stock gone up at all since the Cowboys acquired him? I think the answer is no. Cowboys got him for a 6th round pick. Just no way you're going to end up getting a 3rd or 4th round pick for Tavon Austin. By the way, I also want to quickly shout out James and David, who sent in super chats. We appreciate that. No question, though, but give you a shout out here on the air. All right, Stoic Outdoors. This is your first time watching, Stoic? I don't think I've seen you in a live Q&A before. I don't know. Maybe I'm just mistaken there. Anyway, will Kellen Moore continue to use play action? I hope. Now, I doubt for most of the season you don't see that level, almost 70% of play action on passes. But I hope the Cowboys use a ton of play action. That is the best way to go about it. I think that is an effective usage of personnel and play calling. I think you will, and they better. Otherwise, I'm going to be big mad. All right, Brody McDonough. Who do you think will have more receiving yards, Michael Gallup or Amari Cooper? Gallup impressed me in week 1, but so did Cooper. I think the answer here is still Amari Cooper, but hopefully both those guys produce like they did in week 1, or at least close enough. They're not going to have 400 yards through the air every single week. But if you can sprinkle that in with a couple 300-yard games too, I'll be pretty darn happy. But in the end, I think Cooper ends up getting the most in terms of the yards overall. All right, Piggy, subscribe for shout out. Do you think or do you agree with this Dak Prescott contract? 5-year extension, $168.75 million. That's about $33 3/4 per year, and $110 million guaranteed. I think you're in the ballpark. Maybe a little bit higher on the per year, like maybe it's 34 flat and like 112 or 115 guaranteed, but I think you're absolutely in the ballpark with that Dak extension. We know what the market really looks like after Jared Goff and Carson Wentz's deals have both now been done, but I think for both of those, I think for Dak, that's about the right number that you're looking for on that front. All right, guys, today's show is brought to you by BetDSI. Head over to chatsports.com/bet. Use promo code Cowboys120 for a 120% deposit bonus. You put down $50, I can give you $60 for free. Pro tip, go bet on the Cowboys. Bet against the Giants every single week. for the most part, bet against the Redskins as well. You'll make plenty of money, and, against the Dolphins too, but that's just too obvious. Chatsports.com/bet, promo code Cowboys120 gets you that added bonus money, only, by the way, if you're a Cowboys fan. DJ47, if we sign Dak and Amari, are we able to sign Byron Jones? Are they able? The answer is yes. Will they? That's a little bit unclear. You do have to make decisions with certain players. You can definitely afford Byron Jones, especially if you really, really want to. But the Cowboys, I think, have a price tag in mind for Byron. If he plays well again this year, he's probably going to go beyond that price tag the Cowboys have in mind. All right, Michael LaViscount, do you see the run D improving throughout the year, or is it more of the same? I hope it's better, but I think it's going to be kind of more of the same. Now, I think it's going to be better than what we saw in Week 1 against the Giants, but this is not a team that values true run stoppers. I like Antoine Woods, but he's not a dominant run stopper. He's a very good player, a very great team-friendly value right now because he's so cheap. But, look, the Cowboys like guys that penetrate and pressure the quarterback, which is good in this day and age. But historically, they don't have a lot of great one techniques. So I think you'll see overall, because the team is not going to be on the field that much, they'll have a low overall run yards, but their yards per carry probably going to be a little bit higher. Chris Hole, however you say it, will Randy Gregory get on the field this year? I don't know. I felt pretty confident about it, and then there was the report that he had applied, and then all of a sudden he didn't apply, and I suspect something went wrong that forced him to delay his application. At this point, I'm going to go with no. Like, I don't. Until he applies, I'm not banking on anything for Randy. Even once he does apply, I'm not going to assume he's back out there on the field. All right, Cowboys abroad. Since our passing game came alive, not Cam's alive there, any concern the Cowboys will get pass heavy? If they're effective, I don't care what the play calls are. Like, I am fine doing what they did against the Giants every single week as long as it's effective. Like effective passing game is 8 yards per attempt. Effective run game is 5 yards per attempt. That's a 3-yard difference every single play. And even the Cowboys last year in their desire to be run heavy still threw it more than they ran it. So as long as you utilize play action and make it easier on Dak Prescott, then yes, I am on board with still utilizing passing as long as you don't completely abandon the run. But as we saw in Week 1, you don't have to establish anything. You can use the play action early and then open up the running game later on in the game. All right, guys, make sure you are subscribed. We're going to keep doing live Q&As all year long, plus any breaking news, highlights. We'll do watch parties at various points this year, more news, rumors, everything you guys want on the Dallas Cowboys. You like the Kellen Moore film study? I think we'll do more of those as well. So make sure you're subscribed. The link there is below, but if you're watching on YouTube, the almost 700 watching right now, just hit that big red button and subscribe to us here on YouTube. Really appreciate it here, guys, so thank you all very much. All right, first, we'll get some more questions here, so again, keep using hashtag Cowboys. Banster54, how many rushing yards for Dak this game? Over-under is 18. That is the number I will peg it at. I think a lot of it depends on the situations. If the Cowboys get in a lot of 3rd and 3s and 3rd and 4s and are in the red zone a little bit more frequently than they were because they just busted big plays last week, I think you'll see Dak's legs. They are not going to use it on first down, I don't think, a ton. I think you're going to see a little bit more of the situational run. So Word of Grace Fellowship Union, New Jersey. Why were there no designed runs for Dak? Well, they did have read options, so I know that doesn't count as a designed run, but that's the designed run I want. There are 2 runs that I want to see for Dak Prescott. The read option, or the whatever variation of that you want to call it, and, of course, on the 2-point try, the quarterback draw. But that's a game where you didn't need to have designed runs for Dak. It's in the playbook. We saw the read options. That's all I think you're going to have happen. All right, AJ Sports, is it just me or do our linebackers play so far back even on short down plays? I got really bothered last year, haven't seen it too much this year, of the Cowboys refusing to, when it's like 3rd and inches and the quarterback comes under the center, they're like, oh, why would we stuff the box? We're just going to hang out in our normal defense. I don't know why. They gave up way too many quarterback sneaks because they just weren't in the right defensive formation. Doesn't make sense to me. All right, TFU. How many rushing yards do you think Elliott will rush for next game? I'll bump up my earlier numbers. I will put his over-under at 83.5. I think that was higher than what I had last time. But 83.5 for Zeke, mostly because I think in the fourth quarter, it's going to be a little bit more of a Cowboys are in the lead type of game, and they'll give Zeke a breather. All right, Skate Park again. Why do you think Jourdan Lewis doesn't start over Anthony Brown just because he's shorter than Rashard likes? I think he's a better tackler than Brown. I am not as negative as I know some of you are in the comment section on Anthony Brown. I think he's a good player. He's a good number 3 cornerback. But the only reason I can think of is because Anthony Brown is taller than Jourdan Lewis. Like, Jourdan Lewis should be on the field before Anthony Brown. I think he's a better player. He makes more plays. So I like AB, but I'd much rather have Jourdan Lewis out there instead. All right, guys, as mentioned, predict the score. Cowboys at the Redskins. Get it there in the comment section. I gave out mine earlier, 27-20 Cowboys when they cover the spread, by the way. Even producer Alicia has the Cowboys beating the Washington Redskins. So get your score predictions in there. I'll give some shout-outs here very quickly. I know some of you guys have already done this, by the way, so keep them coming. I think the Cowboys are going to win, but predict the score. If you get it exactly right, you get $100 towards a free soup. But in order to be eligible, you have to text Mick, my tailor at Kashiyama, 214-448-9037. She already got texts from some of you guys, so keep them coming. 214-448-9037. If you get this score right, we'll give you $100 towards a suit from Kashiyama. These are all, by the way, custom made, custom tailored. They feel fantastic. They're nice and breezy. And by the way, they cost $300. They start at $300. $100 off. That's a pretty fantastic deal. So get your score prediction by texting Mick at 214-448-9037. Alan Williams, how many yards will Zeke have by the end of the year? 1347. That's my prediction. Off the top of my head, that I didn't do any math for, and might be too high or too low. Probably it's not going to be exactly right. I'll go 1347. Over 1,000 yards, plenty of success there in the end. Kevin Thomas, this is a good one. I like this one. Is Donovan Wilson a starter before the end of the season? I hope so, because that means that Donovan Wilson was so damn good in practice, barring injury, I guess, to Heath. He took the job away from a player the coaching staff really, really likes. I hope he is. I don't know if he's going to get a real shot. I think you'll see a bit of a slower ramp up for him, but I am curious how Wilson is deployed going forward once he gets fully healthy. All right, country music, what should I do? Should I drop Pollard to pick a wide receiver or keep Pollard on my fantasy team? Well, unless you have Zeke, I don't really know if you need Tony Pollard at this point. He's going to be just enough to make an impact occasionally, but also not enough that you can just dump them all together. So I go with somebody else there. All right, guys, if we did not get to your questions, we had over 700 people watching. I'm sorry. I know there were a lot of them. If we didn't get to them, go follow me on Twitter at WhatGoingDowney. Send me your questions. I will be sure to respond to them. Again, that is on Twitter at WhatGoingDowney. And if you missed the trade rumors or the game preview, it's all coming up right now on Loop. Hey Cowboys fans, thanks for watching the Cowboys Report. If you haven't already, click right here to subscribe to our channel for all the best Cowboys coverage on the internet. That's news, rumors, highlights, mailbags, film studies, and a whole lot more. And I'm making your lives a little bit easier as well with the next Cowboys Report video right here.